Presented by listenheadlines.com. Latest world news from trusted sources.
Mirror World News.
May 28. 4:14 America, New York. Deportation mom's cruel choice. Leave disabled daughter behind or take her home to die. Kamisha Gobderdin moved to Australia in 2008 from the East African island nation of Mauritius, and her daughter Sabiana was born a year later with a rare genetic condition.
RT World News.
May 28. 4:09 America, New York. UK media decry draconian fees for Conservative Party conference coverage. Registering for the event this autumn will cost journalists £137 until July 1, and £880 afterwards. The decision by the ruling Conservative Party to charge journalists attending its annual conference is undemocratic and should be abandoned, a coalition of British media organisations has said.
Mirror World News.
May 28. 3:53 America, New York. Madeleine McCann. 5 mistakes that led to 16-year disappearance of missing toddler. Madeleine vanished in 2007 in Praia da Luz and hasn't been seen since, but one possible lead into her disappearance has led officers to search a reservoir about 30 miles from where she was last alive.
New York Times World News.
May 28. 3:52 America, New York. Russian attack leaves at least 1 dead in Kyiv. Debris from an intercepted drone killed a man overnight Saturday as Ukraine said it shot down more than 40 drones over the capital. Damage inside a building struck by debris in Kyiv, Ukraine, on Sunday.
Fox World News.
May 28. 3:31 America, New York. Ontario man allegedly killed tenants in landlord-tenant dispute, police. Police in Ontario, Canada are investigating a double homicide after a man allegedly shot and killed 2 people in a landlord-tenant dispute.
Washington Post World.
May 28. 3 o'clock America, New York. Imran Khan increasingly isolated as Pakistan's army pressures allies. Scores of aides and supporters have abandoned the powerful former prime minister since his arrest May 9 and a broader military crackdown.
Mirror World News.
May 28. 2:53 America, New York. Russians launch largest barrage of drones since war began in deadly Ukraine attack. Multiple waves of airstrikes hit the city in what appeared to be the most significant drone attack on the city since the start of the war in February 2022.
BBC News World.
May 28. 2:30 America, New York. Ukraine war. Kyiv hit by new massive Russian drone attack, Mayor. 1 man is killed as Ukraine's capital is hit by a record 54 drones launched by Russia. Washington Post World.
May 28. 2:02 America, New York. Ukraine live briefing. Russia launches night raid on Kyiv with drones. At least 1 person was killed and another was hospitalized after attack drones swarmed the Ukrainian capital, Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said.
Washington Post World. May 28. 2 o'clock America, New York. In fields seeded with mines, Ukraine's farmers face deadly planting season. Russians have retreated, but unexploded munitions remain.
BBC News World.
May 28. 1:58 America, New York. New Parliament. PM Modi inaugurates building amid opposition boycott. The new building was inaugurated under the shadow of a boycott by major opposition parties.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News.
May 28. 1:20 America, New York. Turks head to the polls to decide if Erdogan takes rule into 3rd decade. Turkey goes to the polls today for a presidential runoff that could see Recep Tayyip Erdogan extend his rule into a 3rd decade. A vote being cast in Ankara, Turkey, during the country and number 39's presidential election runoff on the 28th of May.
BBC News World.
May 28. 0:46 America, New York. China's C-919 passenger plane makes maiden flight. China hopes the C-919 will end the dominance of Airbus and Boeing, but it relies on Western components.
Wall Street Journal World News.
May 28. 0:01 America, New York. Why adults are snapping up a stuffed toy originally for babies. Jellycat's quirky designs and human-like characteristics seem suited to home decor and self-care.
Wall Street Journal World News.
May 28. 0:01 America, New York. In a small California city, nearly half the police included in racist text threads. For at least 4 years, officers in Antioch called black residents racial slurs, bragged about beating suspects and joked about violating people's rights.
Wall Street Journal World News.
May 28. 001 America New York. Dollar is still king in Europe and swaying interest rates. The Federal Reserve's interest rate increases affect Europe's economy as much as, or even more than, they do the U.S.
RT World News.
May 27. 2245 America New York. The U.S. can ban Chinese chips, but a symmetric response is deemed unfair. After Beijing responded in kind to Washington's tech restrictions, the move was branded unfounded and bad for business.